Big box prices, but hurry, limited quantities available. You better get it when you see it at West Yellowknife.
Well, we are very excited to be back on the road this morning for 3+U. We're back in Dade County in Rising Fawn, actually, at Iron Root Pastures. This is Janet, Ernie, Aurelia, and me, Ron Mathis, and they are going to be your new best friends when it comes to putting healthy food on the dinner table. So thanks for letting us come to your paradise out here.
Thank you. Thanks so much for coming seeing all the work that we do here and how we're regenerating the soil and providing healthy food.
So you gave us an education first crack out of the gate when we got out of the truck this morning. Regenerative farming, a lot of us hear about it, but we don't fully understand how it works. You're utilizing chicken, beef, cows, and pigs here, each one kind of having their own role to play and how the land is regenerated.
Yep, that's right. So on our farm, what we do here is we're not using any herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, or chemicals on the land or synthetic fertilizers. Instead, what we're doing is rotationally grazing everyone. So
we're grazing our chickens behind our cows. So the chickens dig up all the maggots and eat all the maggots.
So I mentioned education. Here is a big part of it. Miron might jump in every now and then as we talk because he has learned a lot. He is 5 years old, but he has learned a lot in watching his parents do this. But before we talk to you, can you let your mom finish one thing? Do you mind? Okay, so they have a chance to go through.
So that's right. Exactly what he just said was our cows get moved every single day. And then behind the cows are laying hens, which when the flies lay larvae into the patties, the chickens scratch and peck, and then they lower the fly population by eating some of that larva. And then behind them are our broilers, and they get moved every single day too, so that they're away from their manure. They're in a fresh new spot with fresh forage, so there's new insects. If there's spiders and caterpillars, there's crickets, there's worms. And if we use all those chemicals on our land, we wouldn't have that life on our soil. So what we're trying to do is rebuild fertilization, rebuild the ecosystem and the biodiversity about having all the insects and the birds and the wildlife and everybody around here and creating a biodiverse environment for everyone.
I used the word paradise. And Ernie, y'all were telling me your story. I love a backstory. So y'all had transferred down from New Jersey back in the late 2000s and we're in the Kennesaw area. COVID hit. You said, let's take off. He was a baby.
Yep.
And y'all traveled in an RV for a few years.
Yep.
Knew you wanted some land. Georgia was already kind of home, so you found your spot here.
Yeah, we found our spot here. We're a little bit out of the city, but close enough. We still have all the amenities. Yeah. And we could have been luckier with finding Rising Fawn.
I love, though, the fact that what it sounds like really inspired you to take this leap is what inspires so many parents to want to put healthy food on the table, and that's your children. So you begin to kind of do a deep dive into what you were really feeding them, and you didn't like what you saw.
Yeah, it was...
You can eat dinner here if you want.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
What would you make for me if I did? What's your favorite?
We can make kielbasa.
Oh, I like that. You were telling me, though, that it was inspired by them.
It truly was. Because once we started researching to all the labels that you see at the grocery store, when you pick up a package of food and it says organic, non-GMO, free range, cage free, pasture raised, and you start looking up all these definitions and, you get lost because some of them are not true to their words. And then depending on which farm they're coming from, because a lot of farms join together and provide to a big distributor. And it just we couldn't find certain products that we were truly looking for. And if we did find them, they were always out of stock or, the farm wasn't there anymore.
Yeah. It's a loud place to do an interview, but it's a beautiful place to do an interview. So when I mentioned with Miron that you sell in Chattanooga.
We do.
I know you're going into the Atlanta market as well, but how do folks get your product and can they order it online?
Yes. So you can visit our website. It is ironrootpastures.com. And then when you put in your zip code, it'll pick up some pickup locations. And then the pickup location is at the International Towing Museum parking lot. So you shop online for all of your products, and then we meet there at 11 a.m. on Friday morning.
And you are able to ship as well?
We do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Has there been anything that has surprised you in the adventure yet?
Just, I guess, how fast this place is coming back to life. Like every year, there's been more birds to show up, more grasses that come out of the ground that weren't here before. It's just being able to see it at at a scale which I would have taken a lot longer to do.
Well, I love the fact that it's a true family affair. When we pulled in today, it was the family of 4 and 2 dogs and lots of great conversation and new friends made to greet us when we came in. So thanks for welcoming us in. And Miron, I've got to let folks watching us this morning go, but maybe you and I can keep talking. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just getting started. But here's where you can find more about them. It is Iron Root Pastures,
Iron Root Pasture.
Iron Root Pasture on the website you see there. And our big thanks to the Alliance for Dade for welcoming us in. Let's go find a chicken. What do you say?
Yeah. I'll get one someday.
Basement waterproofing, crawl space encapsulation, foundation repair, concrete leveling, all with the industry's strongest warranties. Schedule your free inspection now.